and good morning, Sudoku friends. Welcome to the June 6, 2023 edition of the New York Times Hard Sudoku. Let's see what we have to deal with today. 7 blocks up here and over here. So here's a 7. We have 7 blocking up and we have 7 blocking over here. So one of these is a 7. We also have a 7 in one of these two squares because of these 7s and this here. A 1, 4 and a 1, 4 puts a 1 and a 4 in two of these squares over here. A 6 blocks down and another 6 blocks down here must go a 6. And that puts a 1 in one of these two squares. And a 3 in one of these two squares. And this 3 blocks over, so here's the 1 and here's the 3. Here we are looking for a 5 and a 9 now. 9 blocks down here and over, so one of these is going to be a 9. Two, 3, 5, 7. We got a 3 here, so we are still looking for a 2, 5, and a 7 for these squares, and the 7 must go here or here. The 2 and the 5 we know nothing about really. But a 1, 5, 8, and a 9 are necessary to complete column 4. There's a 5, 8, and a 9 in the row here, so this must be a 1. And a 5, 8, 9 now here. We got a 5 and an 8 here, so here must go a 9. We already know that a 9 can't go here or here because of this 9. Now we got 2 9s blocking across, so a 9 is forced into this square here. 8 and a 5 now here. And those will have to wait, I think. 4, 5, 8, 9 here. 8, 9, 8. 8 goes up here somewhere. 3 down here somewhere because of these 2 3s, of course. 7 here or here. I think we said that already. We need to find squares for a 2, 3, 5, 7 here, 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 or here. There's a 2, 3, 5, and a 7 blocking this square. So what can it be? It could be a 1 or a 4. The third digit needed for this row is a 6. So 1, 6, and a 4 here. There's a 6 and a 1 blocking this square, so it must be a 4. This is now a 1 or a 6, or rather a 1 and a 6. And here we'll be looking for an 8, 5, and a 1. And they will also have to wait, I think. But for this column 2, we need to find a 5, 8, 7, and a 2. 5, 7, 8 block here, so the 2 is forced to go here. 2 blocks down and up and over, another 2 goes here. 5, 7, 8 here now. I think that must also wait, but we got us a 2 here. These must be 5 and 9, because we need 5 and 9 to complete the column. Therefore, these must be 5 and 8. We have a few restrictions over here, even if all 9 squares are blank still, because we have some intersections between rows and columns. I want to look at this square here. It cannot be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It could be a 6, but not a 7 or a 9. So this is a 6 or an 8. What about this square? Cannot be a 1, 2. It could be a 3, not a 4, 5. It could be a 6, yes, but not a 7, 8. So here we are looking at a 6 or a 9. Can we get any closer to that? Nines. 9. 9 here, unfortunately also here. So no, that's a little too unsafe, I think. But the 6 blocks over here and here, so here's a 6. Now here we're looking for a 3 and a 4. 8 up here, as mentioned earlier. Now the 6 blocks down, the 6 blocks over here is a 6. 3 blocks over, 3 blocks over, here's a 3. 3 blocks up and down and over, we got a 3 in one of these 2 squares here. 2, 4, 7 blocking this square. Therefore, these squares must be 2, 4, and 7, and this must be a 1, and therefore this must be a 6. 6 blocks down and up and over, we got a 6 here or here. And these, as I said, 2, 4, and 7, making these a 1, 8, and a 5. 1, 8, and a 5. Oh, no, still not possible. 1 blocks up here, one of these is a 1 though. The 2 other squares must be a 4 and a 9. 4, 5, 8, 9, 5, 8, 4, 9 here. But didn't we do something with the 6s for this square here? I think it could be a 3 or a 6. So let me just double check this. 1, 2, 3, yes. 4, no. 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 and a 9. That's it. And this was a 6 or an 8. That's it. This square, however, must be a 5 or a 9, because those are the only 2 digits that can go in here, because we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 blocking this square. We know this is a 5, 9. We know this is a 5, 9. So 5, 9 here and 5, 9 here leaves 3 empty squares to fill with an 8, 3, and a 6. And there's a 6 and an 8 blocking this square, which therefore must be a 3. Now we got a 3 blocking over, and another 3 blocking over, and 1 3 blocking up. And that gives us a 3 for this square. This therefore must be a 3, and this must be a 4. 1, 4, 7, 9 now here. There's a 1, 4 here, so this is a 7, 9. 2, 4, 7. Still pretty unclear, I think. It is early though. It's not even 5 in the morning. This coffee sure tastes good. 5, 6, 8, and a 9 here. 5, 9 here, 5, 9 here, 6, 8 here, and 6, 8 here. Can we get any closer to this? Well, we got 6, 8 blocking up and 6, 8 blocking down, so 6, 8 certainly must go in 2 of these squares here. I want to study this row here again, because we know that these are 2, 4, and 7. We are still looking for a 1, 5, and an 8. We know that this is a 5, 8, and we know that this is a 5, 8. this square here is also restricted. It cannot be a 1, it cannot be a 2, because a 2 comes from over here, not a 3, not a 4, because a 4 comes from over here. It can be a 5, but not a 6, 7, 9. This is a 5, 8, and this is a 5, 8. Now I need to look at these squares here, because they cannot be 5 and 8. They must be a 4, 2, and a 1. And we know that a 4 and a 2 comes from over here somewhere, so all that is left to put in this square is a 1. And that 1 blocks down, this blocks over, here is another 1. 5, 8 here and 5, 8 here now. 1s, 5s, and 8s are really the common theme for today's puzzle. So 5, 8 in these two squares, and therefore a 4 must go in one of these two squares. And this 4 blocks down, so here's a 4, and here's a 2. The 2 blocks up, this 2 blocks over, a 2 goes here, therefore. Now I'm interested in these 3 squares. They must be an 8, 9, and a 5. 8, 9, and a 5. That's not quite possible. I know I should be looking for a unique rectangle that is a 5, 9 here, here, and here. So this couldn't be a 5 or a 9. But I burned my fingers on this before. But I think I'm finally seeing something. We know that this is a 5, 8, and this is an 8, 6. So a 9 is restricted to one of these two squares, and therefore can't go here. Therefore this is a 5 and this is a 9. The 9 blocks over here, and the 9 is in one of these two squares, so therefore 9 must go here or here. So we were looking for 5, 6, and 8 for these squares. We got a 6 and an 8 blocking down. Here's a 5, 6, 8 here and here now. 5 blocks over and 5 blocks over, a 5 goes here, and that finally gives me an 8 here, and a 5 here, and a 5 here. Now one of these is a 5, and we also need a 7 still. So a 4, 5, oh yeah, these are 4s and 5s, of course, and therefore this is a 7. And this square can only be an 8. And that makes this a 7. 7 blocks over and down. One of these is a 7. I think I remember that one of them also had to be a 9. So this square can only be a 2. And that makes this a 2. And here we now have a 4, 7. The 7 blocks down. Here's a 4. Here's a 7. And that makes this a 7 and this a 9. 9 blocks up and up. Therefore 9 goes here. Here now we're looking for an 8, 4, and a 5. 4 blocks here and here. Here's a 4. 8 and 5 here now. 5 blocks up. 8 goes here and 5 here. This can only be a 9. And therefore here we're looking for a 5. These must be a 4 and a 1. The 4 blocks up. So here's a 1. Here's a 4. Making this a 4. 1 blocks down, here's another 1. 8 and 6 here. 8 and 6 here, that's not right. 8 blocks down, so 8 here, and therefore 8 here, and 6 here, and 6 here, and this must be the 9. Quite an interesting puzzle today. I did enjoy it, and I hope that you did too. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.